Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Chaotic Neutral by Palfly Kampling. Now this is puzzle number 700. Usually every 50 I will create a puzzle. I just didn't have time to make a puzzle in time. For number 700, it snuck up on me. I've got a lot going on. So Palfly gets to have that slot instead. He's next up in the rotation. So let's go over the rules. This is a 6x6 chaos construction. So we're still a Latin square. In each row and each column, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. Now there are 6 regions in this grid, non-overlapping regions. Every cell is part of a region that have 1 to 6 once each in them as well. Now they have to be orthogonally connected. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could do something like this. This could be a region. Ignoring all other rules, this could be a region because it is orthogonally connected. We could also do this. What we can't do is something like this, and definitely not something like this, because they need to be fully connected by edges. So even this isn't enough. You can't use the diagonal to connect them. Only the edges can connect regions together. So this would be one region. It would have 1 through 6 once each, just like a row column, a row or a column. It acts like if you played irregular Sudoku, it acts like an irregular region. Think of it like a box otherwise. All right. Now, the rest of the rules are going to help us figure out where those 6 hidden regions are. There is only one unique way that those regions are going to work, and it's part of solving the puzzle. So we also have region sum lines. That's these actually look like circles, but think of them as lines that pass through these cells. And the way region sum lines work is they get split into segments based on region borders. Now we have to find those region borders, but let's say we had a border here. If we had a border here, then this would be one segment. Let's say we had no other borders across this line. This would be a single segment, and this would be a segment. And then each segment sums to the same thing as each other. We don't know what the sum is, but they are the same sum as each other. Now, I do recommend turning on the pen tool at the very, very top option in the settings, which allows you then to draw these black borders. I recommend that. But you also may want to color the regions in addition to that, just 6 distinct colors. So that's my tip for you there. There is a link in the description. Oh, and each line must visit 2 regions. So you can't just say this is a single region and it can be any sum. The region sum lines are going to help you draw the regions. In addition to that, some of our region borders are already given. So these 2 cells must be in 2 different regions from each other because there's a border. All right, and that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started as soon as I calm the baby. Okay, I predict it won't last the whole solve, but let's try. All right, I'm going to get started right now. All right, so the first thing I see is we have this border here, right? So let's give this a green color, just as our first region. And then let's give this a purple color because it has to be different than the green region. Now, regions have to be fully connected and 6 cells each. This is only 1 cell. It has to grow then. And it can only grow, you can think of it as it's got to grow to a connected cell. This is the only connected cell that shares an edge. So it's going to grow here. Now, this region sum line here, notice it looks like it's connected to this one, but it's not, right? So this region sum line here, you cannot have all 3 be in the same region. That's part of the rules. They need to be in at least 2 different regions. So we must have a bold border here to separate that. And then this one's not going to be purple. And the proof of that is if this was purple, it would have to connect to this purple. And there's no way to surround a green region without making either the green region too small or the purple region too big. You can't use 6 cells to surround 6 cells. It just doesn't work. So this is going to be the orange region, different than purple, different than green. Now green has to continue growing, so that ends up green. And there is a border between these 2. And now green has 2 ways it can grow, but purple has only 1 way it can grow. So we'll do that. Let's see. So green could grow down or to the right. We're not sure how that goes. These 2 add to this one. So this is at least 3. I guess that's, I don't know if I need to mark that digit yet. These, let's see, we have all these borders. I wonder if, did I start in the right place? It felt like the place to start. So this is a singular digit, right? And that's going to determine the sum, whatever the singular digit is. That means I can't have all of this I guess it couldn't all be green anyway. Purple needs to continue here or here. I don't know what to do with that. Okay. Here's an argument. Is this a good argument? The argument is if this is purple, then now these two have to be the same digit, and that doesn't work, right? Because this is a singular digit sum on the region sum line. This is a singular digit sum on the region sum line. We'd have a border here. The border causes the segments. And so it's not that we can take these two and add them and put it here. It's crossing a border causes the segment. So even the coming back in doesn't help us. These would end up the same digit in the same column. So that doesn't work. So purple can't actually go down. Purple has to go right. And again, if this was a different region here, let's just use blue just as demonstration, we'd have a border here, and now these two would have to be the same digit. They both be one cell segments. So that doesn't work either. So purple actually has to take these two. And now green, oh yeah, and green has to grow, because if this is anything other than green, then again, these two have to be the same digit. So this is green. And we end up with this border here. Now green still only has 4 digits. It can only grow here, so it must, causing this border. Now orange has to grow. We know this is... Actually, so the minimum that this could be is 1, 2, 3. And the minimum this could be is 1. And so if we add that together, that's 7. So we have to round up to the nearest even 8. That means this is minimum 4. But actually 4 doesn't work, because if this was a 1-3 pair to be 4, this would also be a 1-3 pair to be 4, and that would be too many 1-3s. So this is 5 or 6, definitely. And it's 2 different ways to add to 5 or 2 different ways to add to 6 across here. Okay. Orange grew. Green cannot grow here, because that would not be respecting this border. So green has to grow here, and then green is done. It has all 6 cells. So this has a singular digit sum as well. Orange has to continue all the way down to here, and then it has to turn the corner. So that's 5 digits. It needs 1 more. It cannot go up, or it wouldn't respect this border. So it has to go right, and then that finishes orange. Now this is a brand new color. We'll call that blue. No, we'll call it red. I go in order of the color palette. So we have these 2 reds, and then this is new, and it's not going to be red. Because how would red come around and get it? It doesn't work. It would have to surround another, because this is different than this. So this could easily be red, but this cannot be. So this is yellow, and yellow has to continue. So this digit and this digit are the same digit, because they're on the same region sum line in our singular cell segment. So they are, I suppose, 3, 4, 5, 6, but they're the same digit as each other. That's interesting. We might be able to use that for purple, depending on how purple grows, because purple is going to need this digit as well. Orange is going to need the digit. Ooh, that's interesting. All 3 of these are the same digit as each other. So let's actually use letter mode here. I'm going to corner mark A in here. Whatever this is, we'll call it A. We know this also has to be A, because it's on the same region sum line, and they're both 1 cell segments. So to have the same sum, you got to be the same digit. Now, where does A go in orange? We know orange has A because it has all 6 digits. This A says not in this row. This A says not in this row. And if this was A, that means this digit plus this digit add to A, but one of them is A, so we'd have to have a 0 with it. There's no 0 in the puzzle. So this is the A for orange. Interesting. Okay. Now, what I was saying is purple's going to need an A in it. And right now, this is the only place, but purple could easily grow to the right and get an A over here. So we can't quite do that. Now, this can't be A and this can't be A. So these two must be in the same region as each other. There cannot be a region border that forces... is that? Yeah, there cannot be a region border that forces these two to be different regions. So they have to be the same color as each other. Now, that forces them to be red, because if they were like a new color, like blue, then red would only be 2 in size. So these are both red. Now we don't have to connect them here because they are connected here. But these two sum to A, these two sum to A. Is there a restriction on that being like a 1-2 pair and a 1-2 pair? Not that I can tell. Not that I can tell. Okay, this has been interesting, but how do we continue from here? Red is going to need an A in it, which so far is only here, but it could easily grow and get another A. So how many? I've got 1 region unaccounted for. I've got all this space over here. So I'm wondering if... So we need 2 regions over here. purple is going to have to be one of them. None of these other regions fit. Since I need 2 more regions, I only have 1 unknown region that could easily take, be over here. But then the only other region that can reach here is the purple, because red already has 4. Yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, it could just do that. Okay, but if it did this, okay, this doesn't work because of this line. Think about this. So if we had, this is the only way yellow's reaching over here, is to just do a straight beeline for it. I suppose we can't do this because it leaves this, like we can't beeline this way because this would be a 3-cell region surrounded by yellow. That doesn't work. So we'd have to do this, and then by doing this, and I meant there may be easier ways to do this, but why not do it this way? By doing this, what's happening to this region sum line? Well, what happens is this is the same digit as this. These would both be 1-cell segments because we'd have bold borders here. These would both be 1-cell segments, and they both be in yellow, so they'd have to be the same digit in yellow, and that doesn't work. Yellow can't repeat digits. None of them can. None of the regions can. So yellow can't reach there. Red can only go 2 more, so there's no way it's reaching. So purple has to reach it. It already has 4, so it's going to have to beeline straight for it. And again, if it does it like this, it's similar to the yellow issue. If it does it like this, this would be a 2-cell region. So actually, purple has to do this, and then it's done. And that means this is blue, because no other region reaches it. Okay, so now I have all my regions, and it's just a matter of who can reach where, I think. This needs to have another region. I suppose red could just extend here. But then it would have... If red extended here... No, that wouldn't work. So if this was red... then these would both be 1-cell segments unless red also takes this one. But if red also takes this one, it traps yellow. So that's not going to work. In fact, yellow is going to have to get out either through here or through here. It cannot take both of these cells because then this region sum line would be a single region. So one of these is a different region. And then yellow is going to get out through that. But it can't do it this way because then these would both be the same digit in yellow. So it comes out this way, which is interesting. And then a different color has to come down here. I think this has to all be blue. Well, this could be yellow. But I think this has to be blue, because the red's not going to be able to surround yellow. I don't think. See, I think blue has to come down here. Is there any way it's red? No, red can't even get over there. It only has 2 more cells. Okay. So these are both blue, because blue has to get down there. And this has to connect to blue. That makes this border here. Now, even if yellow takes this one, it still has to get out. So this is 4 or 5 cells that it already has, depending on whether it takes this one. Even if blue took this one, it still needs 1 more. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, none of them reach this cell except for red. So now red has 5 digits. I wonder if I can finish this or if I need to do digits. Yellow could take this one, red could take this one. Yellow could take these 2. Yeah, there's a lot of optionality here. I think we have to find digits now. So we're going to have to do Sudoku here. Now, let's think about A first. Red is going to need an A. None of these could be A. So there's no way red is taking an A unless this is the A. So this is our A. And A is a 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, we get 2 more A's, one in this column, one in this column. Blue is going to need an A, and purple's going to need an A. So one of these is A, but I don't know which one. And then blue, the easiest thing is for this to be A and blue to take an A over here. Actually, sorry, A is in this rectangle here. So we could do it this way or this way. And if we did it this way, this would have to be blue. All right. That's all I really get out of that. If it was 3, that's very limiting, but we'll put a 1-2 pair here. Oh, and a 1-2 pair. Okay. So since both of these are A, that means that this region sum line has the same sum as this region sum line. So we need 2 different ways to sum to it, which means A has to be 5, 6. And then let's call this B, which is the other 5, 6. It's what pairs up with 5, 6. So we have a 5, 6 pair here. So these add to... Okay, so these either both add to 5, making it 1, 2, 3, 4, leaving the 6 here. Or these both add to 6, which they can't use the 3 for, so that leaves the 3 behind there. We also know that Oh, these sum to different ones. These two sum to this to A. I'm gonna have to pause. Baby is crying. Okay, I have to do the rest one-handed, unfortunately. But we get to see Lily. I say hi, Lily. Upset Lily. Okay. Whatever these two digits, this sum is the same as this sum. Yeah, we know this adds to A and all of these add to A. Interesting. So whatever this is, it's definitely, well, this could be B, right? If B is 6, then A is 5, and the leftover is 6, which is B. How am I going to get more digits out of here? One of these adds to 5, one of these adds to 6. I wonder if there's a restriction. There are often two domino sums that are consecutive often restrict how that's going to work. So let's just pick one to be 5, one to be 6, and then we'll without loss of generality, and then we'll fix it up after. So let's say this added to 5. It could be 1, 4, or 2, 3. And if this added to 6, then because it adds to the opposite, then it would be either 1, 5 or 2, 4. So the issue is this wouldn't be able, the 6 sum, we don't know if this is actually the 6 sum, but the 6 sum would not be able to be 2, 4. Because if it was 2, 4, then we wouldn't be able to use the 2 or the 4 in our 5 sum, which are involved in both different ways to sum. Another way to put that is this would be a 1, 3 pair adding to 4, not 5. So this would be the 1, 5. And this would then have to be the 2, 3. So we know that these are a 1, 2, 3, 5 quad. And A is in green. We have to use the 5 as part of the 6 sum because we can't do 2, 4. And so that makes A our 6, which makes this the 3. And then now we know this adds to 6, so it has to be the 1, 5. We know B is 5. Okay, and so we get the 1, 5 here, and then this is a 2, 3 pair. Okay, that worked itself out, interestingly. I'm surprised, actually. So that's a 4. And now this is going to be the 2, 4 way of adding to 6. We know these add to 6, either 1, 5 or 2, 4. We don't know which way. I don't think. Okay, so what's next here? We know what this pair is. This is 1, 5. We get the 1 and the 5. So this can't be 5. We know that adds to 6, so this can't be 1. This is another single digit sum that adds to these two, but okay, so it's 3, 4, or 5 because it's not 6, and you can't add to 1 or 2 in 2 cells. I'm going to need a 1 in this row, actually. This one says not here, and look, none of these are 1, so the 1 ends up over here. And so this is either 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3, or 1 plus 4 to get to 3, 4, 5. Lily agrees. Let's see, these two also add to 5, and they're not the 2, 3. So these are the 1, 4. And we actually can resolve that. That's 4 and that's 1. Okay, so this can't be 4, meaning this can't be 2. This is a triple. That might be helpful, actually. We need 2, 3, 5. Yes, the 3 is placed. This 3 is going to need to be in a region. We don't know which one yet. Okay. This triple here I'm going to mark as well. It won't affect the 4. We need 2, 3, and 6. That's not a 6. That's a 2, 3 pair. This leaves 1, 4. This 4 tells me that this is 1 and this is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. That's our 5. This is 4 and 2. So this can't be 4. So this can't be 2, meaning this doesn't add to 3. And this can't be 4, meaning this can't be a 3. So this is 1 plus 4 is 5 is the only way left. That leaves this to be 3, and we get our 2 and 3 and 2. All right. Now, red needs one more digit. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. It needs a 5. It's only going to get a 5 through there, not through the 3. So that finishes our red. And now yellow does have to grow, and it can't grow into the 5. So it grows here. And now only yellow can take this one, and now it is 6 in size. So it's done. And now blue takes the rest. All right. Cool. We got our coloring done. What are these two? We need 2 and 5. So this 5 tells us that's 2, that's 5. We can finish all of these rows. This is a 3. This is a 1. Oh, we deep in the corner. This is a 2. That gives us the 6 and 3 here. And our last 2 digits are 4 and 6. 6 goes here, 4 goes here. Just to double check, 2 plus 4 is 6. And we're good. All right. Really neat puzzle, Palfly. I enjoyed that. Chaos constructions are always fun. This was a neat one. I liked how you used the region sumline logic to great extent to prevent the regions from growing in certain ways. That logic of you can't have 2 one-cell segments in the same region was well used, or the same column or the same row. That was well used. And then we couldn't finish the regions. At least I couldn't figure out how to finish the regions until we actually got digits on the grid. I liked the 5-6 pair thing that limited these two dominoes. Got limited in such a way that the 5-6 pair forced this to be 6. That's kind of crazy how that worked. Really neat ideas in this puzzle. I quite enjoyed it. Definitely worthy of puzzle number 700. Let me know how you did, and if you enjoyed it, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.